Welcome everyone to Haven of Horror. As always, I'm Subject, and we've got Noah, Tony Todd, Torgo. Welcome everyone to Haven of Horror.
I
As
got three
always, I'm
names, everybody.
Subject. Yeah. Well, no.
Know it? Tony Todd Torgo.
Yeah. So I'm showing Noah just not as part of any of the ongoing series we have, but because a new movie is coming out maybe in a week. I didn't look up the date. I don't know if you did. Um, we're watching the first Final Destination because the new one comes out maybe in a week. I don't know. Noah has not
Soon.
seen any of
Very soon.
these,
Yes.
so we're starting with the first one. I wanted to start with the third one, but Robert was like, you should start with the first one," and he's probably right.
Well, typically it's good to start at the beginning with
Well, but the thing is that
movie
one
franchises.
and two are connected, but three is
Mhm.
standalone.
Okay, so I'm assuming that each movie focuses on a different group of people then?
Yes, it's
Okay.
basically just the same concept, but a different group of people and a different way of killing people for 5
Okay. Yeah.
movies.
Well, yeah, so I guess that's the big draw of this series is that there's really elaborate like Rube Goldbergian death
Oh,
scenes.
just wait.
Okay.
All right, are you at timestamp 0?
I will be in a second. Sorry.
God
I haven't
damn
been.
it, Bobby.
I got the movie almost ready. And I'm gonna be watching this on Max because
And
that
I
is
am
where it's
watching this on
streaming right now.
Vudu because I own
So
the
I
bundle.
have it. I have it synced up past the HBO logo, so I should be good.
In 3, 2, 1, play. I have not watched this in a while, but I wanted to point this out to you because
Mm.
Draven in the chat said very good, very Sawa. I don't know if you understood that reference. But the lead guy in this is Devin Sawa, who is a
Yeah.
regular on Chucky.
So that's the guy that plays a different character every season,
Yes.
right? Okay, yeah. He's like the
He
dad in
was
season one.
yeah, he was also in he's also in Casper.
He's in the Fanatic, isn't he?
Yes. So he is in the
He's the
Fanatic.
guy.
He is the guy that John Travolta is obsessed with.
Oh wow! So he's the main character in this.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
He's also, when I say he's in Casper, I mean he is Casper.
Oh, he is Casper. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Weird.
he's the one that says that line that you love to quote.
Well, Austin loves to quote it. I guess I like to quote Austin's edit of it more so.
And Draven says he is the star of the greatest movie of all time, Idle Hands, which I have not seen. But it is
And I
not
have
the
not heard
greatest
of.
movie of all time because Evil Dead 2 exists. Sorry. All
So,
I know is that's a zombie movie and it has like Seth Green and maybe Jessica Alba.
that's Idle Hands.
Yes.
This is a zombie movie. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. So what's your history with this franchise?
So I see 3 in theaters and I loved it, but also hated it because 3, the setup is a roller coaster, and I am deathly terrified of heights. Um, but that is also the first movie that I see Mary Elizabeth Winstead because she is the lead. Um,
Oh, cool. Okay.
so then I go back and I watch 1 and 2 at some point after the series is done.
Hmm.
But I remember when 4 was coming out because 4 is the 3D
The
one
Final Destination.
in 3D, and it
Ah.
sucks. But so the formula for these movies is a character will have a vision of death. They freak
Okay.
out and save a group of people who will be our characters, and then all of them die in convoluted, horrible ways.
Terrible ways.
while the person who had the vision tries to figure out how to rescue them.
I saw earlier though that Shirley Walker did the music for this. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that's the Batman, like the animated ones,
It's
right?
the Batman the Animated Series composer. Yep. It's weird to see this guy so young.
It is. What else? Like his mainstream career is kind of funny because you go from like Casper to this, and then I didn't see him in anything until like the Fanatic and
The
Chucky.
Fanatic.
This movie is
Oh.
so 2000s, and obviously this starts out. Austin brought this up because I always forget about this. I don't know a lot about the making of this movie. I like this movie, just not enough to like research it, you know, um,
Mhm.
in depth. But this starts as an X Files episode.
Oh, interesting. Like there's just something going on where people are dying in mysterious ways and they have to
The fi-
investigate it.
I guess it says the film began as a spec script written by, uh, I'm assuming Jeffrey Reddick, who is one of the credited writers on here for an episode of the X
Yeah.
Files.
There were like 6 writers credited, so he's probably one of those names, and then other people came and did their own pass at it.
um, yeah, and then so we should mention the director of this. I don't think this movie is terribly directed for its time. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Looks okay so far.
so the director is James Wong.
And
Do
he
you want to
did
know
your
what?
your favorite movie.
Oh God,
What Draven just said in the chat, yeah.
yeah, and that killed his career. He hasn't made a movie since.
Oh, poor guy.
But he directs this one and Final Destination 3, and I like both of those movies.
This is a bit of a tangent. Was Dragon Ball Evolution a bomb or anything? Was that like a big financial failure? Because like I
Uh,
know that
yeah.
Dragon Ball fans hate that movie, obviously,
So I looked
but
because I pulled it up because I don't know if it actually made money. So that was a $30 million movie, and it only made 56 million.
oh boy.
Yeah. So it was a critical and
Okay, so that did ruin his career.
yeah.
He just said the Doctor Who thing, Alan Z.
Alonzi.
Oh, so none of them speak French.
Also,
I,
you probably know this by now. Sean William Scott is in this movie.
oh, Southland Tales star Sean William Scott.
Yes, that's what everybody knows him for.
That's what I know him for.
Oh, have you not seen American Pie?
I have not seen American Pie.
Okay. I like
It's
those
one of
movies.
those.
At least the main entries. I didn't watch the like 600 direct to DVD spin-offs, but
Yeah. Oh, you're not an American Pie expert. We're not
I
going to
am
start our
not.
American Pie channel.
No, I'm sorry.
That's one of those things where I feel like I'm kind of past the time to watch that movie and to have it resonate with me, so I just still haven't seen it.
That is what I'm kind of scared to go back to. Um,
Yeah.
I will say though, because I saw American Reunion in theaters, and I thought it was a really touching, like, everyone's
No,
comes
nice.
comes back film.
It's rare you see a good one of those.
Yeah. Now watch, I'll watch it, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, this
Oh,
doesn't
never
work.
mind.
Remember airports?
I was in one somewhat recently, a few months ago. Not a fun place to be. Very boring.
Well, what's interesting is because this is now kind of a relic. Since this was made in 2000, this is a airport and airport security pre 9/11.
Right. This was a year before. So.
It's really
Um,
unfortunate given what's about to happen, but
uh-oh. I missed a bit here though. They're going on a trip to
they're going on a
France
school
or
trip to, I think it's France.
okay. I just
Where they're
figured
going
because they're
doesn't matter.
speaking French.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're going to Paris for their senior trip.
That's it.
I love this as just a time capsule of when it was made. You know, like the fashion, the way people are
Yeah.
talking.
When I mean, I assume that this was made in probably '99, so still more technically a '90s movie than
Yeah.
2000s.
Well, it's just funny, like, because you know we're in a bathroom scene right now, and that guy had a magazine that was made now. He'd just be on his phone.
Right.
And it should be noted, this is this movie didn't just start a film franchise; it started a franchise, novels, comics, everything.
There were comics based on this.
Apparently, I've never read them, but apparently they exist.
We'll review them sometime.
I could see this being a cool comic because it's just what death scenes can we draw?
Actually, no, yeah, I didn't think about that. This would work really well as a comic. You could do like maybe like a Final Destination video game or something. I don't know. I don't really
Yeah.
know what that would look like, but
So this was made for 23 million and grossed 112 million. So it made some money.
this was huge.
Yeah. I I didn't
A
realize that baby
mall.
it was in the movie for a second. I was like, what the fuck?
You're like, is there a baby in here?
Unfortunately, it looks like just looking at the sequels. Well, it was inconsistent. Two made money still, but didn't make as much, and then three made more. Yeah, and then four, but four also cost 40 million, but it made almost 200 million at the box office.
These movies are profitable. I
Yeah,
wonder how
and
the
they're
new one's gonna do.
I wonder because even four was made for 45 was made for 40 million and made 160 at the box office. So it's crazy that it's taken this long to get a sixth one out. 'Cause it seems like there's still a demand for this.
Yeah,
And
I
then of
wonder
course
because I
with the
mean there
new
was
one,
a
John Watts was involved with the story.
oh okay, I didn't know that. I wonder though because I kind of associate this and Saw together in my head, so and which the Saw franchise ended for a bit, probably around the same time, right? Like 2011, something like that.
Let's see, because Final Destination 5 is 2011. Saw the final chapter was 2010. So yes, they do. However, I think the difference there is Saw was coming out every year and got
Right.
7 films. Final Destination, that's 5 movies in 10, 11 years.
Hmm.
That's not bad. Robert is in the chat and says he really likes Devon Sawa in this movie. He's good. I do think I like Ali Larder a little bit better in this movie. She's the love interest. Um,
Is this the scene where he looks out the window and sees a little gremlin on it,
yeah.
and then goes, "There's a man on this plane."
This is what's cool too is for a first movie in a franchise, this isn't a really elaborate setup.
This is I mean, I'll just say this is a pretty good premise for a movie, and I'm
Yeah.
surprised it's taken me this long to actually watch this.
The one and two is the one everybody talks about though, because it's the logs and like the logs create a
Oh,
giant accident on the highway.
no, and it's pretty unique to for a slasher franchise because there's no real central antagonist. It's not like a slasher movie.
Uh, Robert says, I do think of this one as the defining original horror franchise of the 2000s, but Saw is clearly the big one. I really think this film captures the anxiety of flight travel. This film describes why I will never get on a fucking airplane.
Oh yeah. I actually don't really have a fear of flying, but I get why people do.
I just don't
Especially
like
after
heights.
if you've seen this first. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So that girl that we keep focusing on, the younger one with the dark hair, that is Ali Larder, who is the main love interest in this movie. And she would go on to be in Resident Evil 3 and maybe 4.
Oh, okay. So she moved up in the world.
Yeah.
She went on to do better things.
She plays Claire Redfield
Okay.
from Resident Evil 2 remake that we played.
And the original.
Well, yeah. But you weren't there when we played the original. Robert says it's all what I said earlier. It's an interesting 2000s time capsule of what like airplane boarding was before 9/11. Yeah, but no, this
So
is
I
an
mean,
insane set piece to start your film.
this is terrifying. Holy shit. I was like, that. God damn. I was
And
about
it
to say
was
we haven't really gotten gory yet, but then as soon as I was about to say that, that happens. But
and it was all a
yeah, of
dream.
course, this was of course the vision that begins the film.
Dude, that would be terrifying though. Like you just have this vision.
I don't think he's joking. Look at his face.
Like he's covered in sweat. Like he's clearly scared. Sean William Scott is a little typecast here as just like the goofy
Dude,
guy.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of the character he played for a while. Like I
It's
haven't seen
Stifler.
Dude, Where's My Car? I know he's in that.
Cause that's what Stifler is in
I
The
see. Yeah.
American Pie movies. So that's just what he
Yeah.
kept getting cast as. I think the only
Yeah.
time he's played something even remotely different is The Rundown, which I maintain is a decent
Oh, and
action flick with The Rock in it.
well, and I have to show you the other movie he's in with the
Oh
Rock.
yeah.
That's a very different character for him.
That there's a double feature: The Rundown and what is that movie called? Southland Tales.
Southland Tales. Yeah.
The Rock and
We
Sean William Scott double feature.
we will watch that sometime for a watch party. But yeah, Robert, we were just talking about the 9/11 stuff earlier. I like this is set in such a specific era.
And he's right. Like if you make this film even 2 years, a year or two later, like you rewrite all of this, right? That kid
Yeah,
says the plane's
absolutely.
gonna explode. He's getting arrested and taken to jail.
It's like a Spider-Man teaser trailer type situation with the helicopter that gets caught with the web in between the towers.
Robert says in an early draft, Death was going to be more personified as a character, but they decided the unseen force of nature idea was more interesting. And I agree with
I
them, but I'm
I
sure that
prefer
hurt
that, yeah.
merchandising because you don't have like a killer to make, action figures and toys.
Right. Well, maybe that's why they weren't pumping these out yearly. That's
Well,
the
and these
thing,
are
and
more
that's
elaborate than
probably
your average slasher.
holy
And there it
shit.
is.
There it is.
So that kid looks guilty as hell right now, right?
It's like, how did you know?
Robert, the creators would later. Oh, yep. The creators would later lament that there isn't really any merchandise you can really market from this franchise, so they lost out on that. But I think it works for the movie. Oh, that's who told me that. I knew somebody had told me something about the creator saying like you couldn't really merchandise it. It's like nobody's gonna buy like a Devon Sawa action figure. It's just a dude.
Why not? I'd buy a Devon Sawa in Chucky action figure.
Would you buy one from of him from Fanatic?
I don't even remember his character in Fanatic. I know he's the actor that the Fanatic idolizes, but like I
It,
don't know what his character
so what
is.
you're saying is he's the guy that the Fanatic is fanatic about?
Yeah, he is the Fanatic's fanaticism. No, I'd buy like a 3-pack of all of his different characters in Chucky.
Robert says the window shattering after you see the plane explode is such a great choice. Yeah, it is. And I like that we live with this. Like they're actually thinking like people would want to know how the hell he knew that, not just yeah, he knew that. We're moving on.
Let's move on. No, I mean you wouldn't just move on from something like that.
Right. But like in a lesser movie, right? It's like that's just the conceit. We're not gonna deal with that.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, so I wonder if do any of the sequels, because I know that these kind of follow the same formula. Do any of the sequels make that mistake of just ignoring that?
Um, three kind of does. Two gets away with it because
Okay.
it's on such a like public. You're just out on the interstate. Um, three, I'd have to watch it again, but it is a little awkward because it's a roller. Like I said, it's a roller coaster. And nobody
Yeah.
asks, how did you know the roller coaster was gonna capsize? But it's whatever. And then I don't remember four and five. Other than four, four has some good concepts. Like there's an escalator kill that makes me squirm. I think it's
Mhm.
four. And then five, all I remember is the ending, and I'm not gonna tell you that because you have to just experience that.
Okay. I may go through all of these uh, sometime soon just because of the new one. But
They probably, I wonder how they binge just because it is the same movie. Robert, this is probably the most successful post Scream horror franchise, right? Just with the posters, you can see the Scream
well,
influence.
I'd say maybe
Yeah,
Saw.
but that's not really a post Scream like teenage horror. These are all
Oh, like
teenagers.
specifically influenced by Scream. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
guess
this
so.
these movies also get away from that marketing really quick. Like even by two, it's just this is a Final Destination film.
It's not just like a Scream poster where it's all of the characters just in a line.
Well, two does have that poster, but I think it also helps that this isn't a slasher in the traditional sense.
Traditional. It's got a really unique concept, which I dig.
Raven, if I remember right, the DVD for 3 had a choose their fate option. Yes, it did. I never got to mess with that version, but that was always cool. Robert says, I like this franchise, but I can confirm they don't binge great. It's probably like binging Friday the
Okay.
13th, where it's just like, yeah, there's another movie. Jason's in the woods killing people. Oh, there's another movie. There's The Vision.
I
Now
may
they're all.
just watch the new one then. I might just skip right to that one.
I would watch. I would try to watch 2 and 3,
Okay.
and then if you
But
can get
unless
to it,
maybe
5.
we want to save those for videos for more
Yeah.
content of me
The
reacting
Marvel
to
and
things.
DC Marshlands. Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, not too bad. I'm
Hello.
making my co-host here watch Final Destination 1 for the first time. Ollie Larder is another one of those that I think she's a like a pretty decent actress, especially for these kind of, I don't want to say B movies, but like genre.
Yeah. Genre
But she
pictures.
hasn't done a lot that I've seen. Like, did we watch the House on Haunted Hill remake
No.
with Jeffrey Rush? Oh,
No.
okay.
I still haven't seen that. Yeah.
Because she's in that. You got to watch that for Jeffrey Rush because they make him look exactly like Vincent Price, like to the point it's kind of creepy.
Oh, awesome. That's good casting too. I like
Yeah,
Jeffrey Rush in the Pirates movies, and I
that
can
movie
see him
is
as Vincent
weird because
Price.
like I do like that. But if I remember correctly, because I know we watched the original, and the original it's
Yeah.
not explicitly supernatural. I
No, it's not
think.
supernatural at all.
No, in the remake
Yeah.
it is. Like the house is
Okay.
legitimately haunted.
Okay.
And then they made a 10-year later direct to DVD sequel, Return to Haunted bleh,
Hu-
House on
That's
Haunted
on how the
Hill,
hill.
with not Jeffrey, Reanimator. Uh,
Yeah, Jeffrey Combs.
yeah, Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah.
It's a direct to DVD sequel to a remake that nobody remembered, but
That's funny.
Robert says it's annoying that the choose their fate option for 3 isn't on the Blu-ray. I should buy an old DVD just to finally watch it that way. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it that way.
So how much of because I know that your fear of flying is probably informed a little bit by this movie. I'd assume, right?
No, it's more so I've always had a fear of heights.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's more so just that.
Okay. It's from that, and then the the thing in 3,
Roller coasters.
the roller
Well,
coaster.
I already hated roller coasters because my dad made me go on roller coasters at Kings Island when I was a kid, and
Oh yeah.
he looked at me after we were done. I was like, "You turned green on the way up."
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, "I don't ever
That
want to do that again." I'm just lucky because it was the racer one. I don't know if they still have it, but it was like 2 different roller coaster tracks, like, and they were racing, but one of them went
oh
backwards. I am just
oh
grateful I
no.
didn't get on the backwards one. I may have died.
Oh god, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge roller coaster guy. I don't like the crazy ones that go upside down or like the ones
Mm-mm.
that have steep drops. Like
The other thing that always freaked me out, I didn't go on it, but just watching it, is those ones where it just like goes up and then hangs there for a while and
oh
then
my god.
plummets you back down.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
I just don't like amusement parks. If you don't like the rides, there's not a lot there for you.
right. Because what else is there? Waiting in long lines?
What is this? Nightmare on Elm Street? Because it's a funeral.
Oh.
There's like 6 million funeral scenes in that
Are they
franchise.
are they they're at an induction of something. They're not at a
Oh wait, is this
funeral.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
graduation.
Like,
It looked like a funeral.
I was gonna say, but no, because I also thought it was until the panning shot ended. It's a memorial for the plane crash. I do have to imagine though, just because I was asking that earlier, just because I imagine that these movies probably made people afraid, like more afraid of that kind of stuff, and
Well,
even
there
like
is a
little
big
things
meme of like I will not drive behind log trucks after Final Destination 2.
too. Yeah,
So I just had this because you have that shot of them all getting up. This has some of that like soft fuzzy effect on the camera, kind of like that first season of the Doctor Who reboot. Have you noticed that? A little bit of that
I
like
did
soap
just
opera
now.
quality.
I did just now, and I wonder if that's just this scene.
Yeah.
Got a little
Because
bit
I
of
don't think
the
the airport looked like that.
no,
Because that is
but
my
this scene.
least favorite thing about that first season of Doctor Who, bruh.
When also that's a British show, and they don't have as much money as we do. But yeah, this has a bit of the like Star Trek. Anytime there's a woman on screen effect, it's like this gets so fuzzy and like someone rubbed Vaseline on the lens. Why are you talking about this right now? Supposed to be a solemn day.
I like that everyone has kind of a different reaction. Like Sean William Scott just wants
Yeah,
answers. The teacher is scared of him.
and I think you would be scared of him if this actually happened.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because like I said, 1 and 2 are connected, which kind of makes them the outlier. Because that's the only
Mhm.
time I can think of where a survive anyone from a previous movie is in the next movie.
So far, this is a lot more character driven than I was expecting. I was kind of expecting like nothing but death all the way through. I guess that's what the sequels are.
I would say at least for the first three, I'm still with the characters, at least 1 or 2 per film.
Mhm.
Um,
But
but
I'm
they
sure.
always do have like a lot of character building before we get to the death scenes.
Okay.
And
But
because
I'm
you also
sure
got to
that.
remember is that because they're all so elaborate, but they're also all
Yeah.
made to look like accidents.
I see. I see.
Actually, I think this might be the first one.
Okay. Here we go. I don't need a close up on that. Oh shit! You gotta fix that leaky toilet. No, he's gonna drink coffee to death.
Oh, so it's you.
It's me. You barely have any hair to shave. Uh-oh. I don't like how ominously this water's coming up to him. Ah, shit.
I hope that it's following him.
It's like sentient water. No, you can't even distract himself with porn. Oh no.
Hey, it's your favorite animal, an owl.
That's the Alan Wake 2 owl. Oh, fuck. What's gonna happen to Todd? What? Oh shit. Yeah, so they make you think it's gonna be electrocution, but then they do this.
Yeah.
It's the old misdirection trick. There's no
This would
way
be
you can
such a
even try
shitty
to
way to
reach that,
die.
buddy. Sorry, what was that?
This would be such a shitty way to die too.
Terrible way to die. Oh no. That just it goes back? What? Wait,
Yeah.
but how are people gonna think he slipped?
Well, okay, but
Or
to be fair, he's in the tub. Tubs are slippery.
yeah. I don't know. It's more believable if there is water on the ground. Get out of here. The water's coming for you. They think it's suicide.
Well, yeah, he
I
hung
thought it was
himself in
gonna
the
be they think
bathtub.
it's an accident.
Oh no, I just mean it doesn't look like he was murdered.
Right, right.
But I could see this fitting into an episode of the X Files.
Oh, definitely.
That one FBI guy, I swear I've seen him in something.
It's the guy from the X Files. No, no, I'm just. It's close enough to autumn.
That hat is so 2000.
Wait, her welding helmet, or
That wasn't a welding helmet, was it? I thought that was just like one of those plastic hats she was wearing, or leather
no?
hats.
It looked like she had like a helmet on.
Oh.
Whatever. It's too late.
This does have kind of the unfortunate thing when you've seen all of them, of because this is setting the groundwork for what a lot of them do. It feels a little basic.
Formulaic.
Like that was a cool kill, but it's kind of tame in regards to the entire series.
See, that's why I do have to binge the series so I can see it get crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't binge well.
I mean, we could watch some more of these in a watch party. Don't all have to be content.
She believes him for reasons.
Well, she's saying that she could feel what he was feeling.
Okay. I guess I buy it.
In a movie that has a guy have a psychic vision, an empathetic link isn't that far of a stretch for me.
Yeah, no, this is too unrealistic for me. This movie about a sentient force of death.
The girl with empathy is too far.
Yeah. Empathy's not real, dude. Oh no.
Raven, it's funny
Oh,
how
there it is.
elaborate death gets in these movies. Yeah. And there is a theory going around that he is supposed to be like the human personification of death. But I think that's just because they got Tony Todd and said, "Here, say this stuff as Tony Todd."
And about that theory, though, do you ever get the sense that this guy is evil, or is he just here to dump up exposition?
He is just here to dump exposition.
Yeah, so
I think
do you think that
everything that
theory is a bit
people
of a
read into
stretch?
that is just Tony Todd playing it a specific way because it's Tony Todd and he's just
It's Tony
naturally
Todd.
like creepy on screen. Like he's got that
I guess
aura
if
about him.
it's just because most people know him as Candyman.
Yeah.
It's like he's already played a horror villain.
Yeah, and I mean, he is playing it like someone who's enjoying this, but again, I just think that's because he's a weird corner guy.
I didn't know that that was a trope, the quirky coroner guy.
I feel like it is, or maybe I've just seen too many crime shows.
Oh, that would be. I would tune in every week if the coroner on the show, on our crime show, was Tony Todd.
Well, hey, Friday the 13th Part 4. That's got a quirky coroner.
That's got a fucking pervy weirdo coroner.
Yeah, but I mean, he does have one of the greatest monologues of all time.
Yeah. Holy Jesus Christmas shit.
But see what I mean is like, this is just exposition. I think anything you could read into it is just the way Tony Todd is saying it.
Yeah, he's just being weird. You're enjoying your job a little too much.
And there's the trailer moment.
Yeah. I guess maybe I can see some validity to the theory, but whatever. I can read it either way. Uh-oh.
So if I do have one complaint for these movies, this
No,
is
it's
Nine Inch
this.
Nails. No, I love this song.
You said the line. You said the final destination.
If I have one complaint with these movies, is I don't know if I fully understand the rules because the idea is to break Death's design.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's in this one, but one of them it's if you can stop the
Oh
order.
shit.
Oh, here we go. I love this song. Oh, and it's done.
And you're not allowed to listen to it anymore because it just ended.
Um, we'll talk more about that later at the end because I want to see what you think by the end of this.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it.
Well, they said earlier that the way to stop it is to cheat death again. Wouldn't that just make death more mad at you?
Yeah, I think that is one thing they don't quite understand is how to have the protagonist win, and it makes sense.
What's the? How do you even win? Like,
Which, in theory, that is a cool idea. It's just you can't win. Like you are facing something beyond human comprehension. Gee, I wonder if something's gonna happen to her.
whoa!
Oh, I think she had a bus to catch.
He dropped fucking dead.
That's real 2000s, late 90s, right? She says the one liner about dropping dead, then is killed.
I also just think of that scene from Mean Girls where Rachel McAdams gets hit by the bus. Can't believe this did that first.
I mean, this is a better movie than Mean Girls.
Eh.
Yeah, that's just one of those movies. I saw it, I was like, yeah, that was all right. And then years later, it's like everybody's like, oh, that's one of the best movies ever made. It's like, is it? It's all right.
Yeah, that's the thing with comedies, though. Too, it's like if you're not
And
into the type of
admittedly,
humor,
I'm not the target audience. Like,
yeah.
I think there is something inherently scary about the idea of like you were supposed to die that night.
Yeah, like it's the idea of fate versus free will.
No fate but what we make
We make.
until we have to make a third one.
Yeah, until fuck your fate.
Raven, you got to watch out for those super speed buses that break the sound barrier.
Sound barrier.
The Sonic the Hedgehog of buses. But I like that we get some legitimate detective work here.
That's cool.
Like he saw that thing on the news, he's like, wait a minute, and he does some work and talks it out.
Ugh. They're dying in order.
Yeah, so now that we've got that, I'll elaborate a little bit more. So the idea
Okay.
is to cheat death again is just to break this new design, which is just the old
Okay.
design. The
Sure.
problem is, and I'm not going to consider this a spoiler, these movies always do the horror movie thing where it's that like, oh, everybody's safe, just kidding ending, like a Friday the
Okay.
13th or something. And I don't know what to do with it in any of them. Does that mean it didn't work? Is that just like oh, this is a horror movie so it has to end this way?
I think it's probably both of those things, right? It's like what we were talking about earlier, of the idea that this thing is just so big. It's not like a villain that you can easily defeat. It's you're going up against death. You're probably not gonna win, right?
I
So I guess
love
the
that this
idea is that
teacher
they
is
lose.
so scared of this 18-year-old that she's on the phone with the cops.
I mean, if that kid scarily predicted that accident, I'd be. I don't think I'd be that scared, but I get it. Um, but yeah, no, the idea that of something being like fate for you and like being unavoidable is, I think, just an inherently scary idea. That's good to mine for a horror movie. But I can also see it as, oh, this is a horror movie and we need that like surprise ending.
That okay, so that guy that he's talking to, the agent that's investigating him, doesn't he look
Yeah.
familiar?
I mean, I might have seen him in something. I just can't really remember. It's probably one of those working actors, character actors that's been like a
Probably, yeah.
thousand things. Like if you go to
Uh,
their IMDb, they probably have like credits in the hundreds, the 200s.
oh, okay. You're right. You're right. He
It's
is one of
that
those
guy.
guys. Uh, but he was in. He's been in a bunch of. He's been in a few Rob Zombie movies. He was in the Agent Cody Banks movies. Um. Oh, he was the Santa Claus in Terrifier 3, or one of them.
Oh, the one that he kills at the bar
I hope so. I hope it's the one that like
with Clint
he
Howard.
pissed on.
This man went on to get pissed on by Art the Clown.
Yeah, he is the one at the bar.
Hell yes. Yeah, Draven says Jaws made people scared to go in the water. Destination made people scared to do anything. That's kind of what I was trying to get at earlier.
Yeah.
It's like I imagine these movies made people afraid to just like go to the bathroom. Like,
Oh, he was also in The Fugitive,
okay, I still need to see
which
that.
I haven't seen that in years, but I liked that movie. That's one of those movies that's like really good, and then it's weird it got a sequel. I don't know if you know about that.
Got a sequel?
Yeah, U.S. Marshals.
Oh, that's a sequel to Fugitive. Okay.
It is a sequel because it is Tommy Lee Jones' character from the first movie again, but this time he's chasing down Wesley Snipes.
Okay. Oh, so it's Harrison Ford doesn't come back.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, Draven was just saying that FBI guy in the glasses is a Rob Zombie regular.
The one part from um The Fugitive I just know is when he like jumps off of that. He just jumps from a high place and it's like clearly a dummy falling. What the hell are you doing? Okay.
Aren't you tense right now, Noah?
I was like, something's gonna happen.
And that's the thing is, I do think this movie is good at building tension. Like you know they're gonna die, but it's like, what? How are they gonna die?
Yeah, and they use misdirect. So they play you like
Like
a fiddle.
smart water that can move at will, apparently.
Oh no. That's why you should never drink smart water. It's just gonna move around in you.
He was the guy that owned the strip club Michael Myers' mom worked at. Oh, and that iconic
Wow.
scene. I totally
You
remember him
should
in that
know.
movie.
You should know that. That's your favorite movie.
I do like that movie a lot.
Mid.
Even in terms of just the Halloween franchise, it's probably the third best Halloween movie.
No, John. Just no.
It's better than any of
Oh,
the original Michael Myers sequels.
what did she, what did she throw her water at? What is she even scared of right now?
I mean, to be fair, anxiety is a thing. She went through a traumatic
No, it is.
experience. That vodka was
It,
not was like frozen cold a second ago, and now it just looks like it's room temperature.
oh shit.
This is, I think, the first one that's really indicative of the rest of the series, where it's like they are throwing so many different things that could be used in this death scene at you.
Like, could it be this or no? Is she gonna get electrocuted? The other guy wasn't electrocuted earlier, but is she gonna get electrocuted? Oh, whoop. Oh no, that's terrible. That hurts.
Yeah. This is what I'm really excited for with the sixth one, is it looks like it's doing something a little different. Like it's this person that had the vision, uh their kids, and the person who had the vision has died, so it's like these kids have to try to figure it out without their help.
Yeah, that's a different take on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so will it be the hole in her neck, the fire?
Um, the knives? Oh fuck. Yeah, that's the knife.
I also love that he had all this elaborate setup and then it's just a stabbing. Oh wait, she's not dead yet.
But it's all of the things that led to the stabbing. Oh wait, she's still alive.
Don't touch the knife.
Oh
So then she
shit.
got stabbed and then the chair had to fall. You idiot. Now your fingerprints are all over that knife.
He's not thinking. He's
And then on
whoa.
top of that, the house
The
explodes.
house explodes. You're not doing a great job to clear up your name here, bud. Sean William Scott's like, whoa, that
I love
my
Sean
friend just
William
blew up
Scott
this guy's
is.
house.
I love that Sean William Scott is dressed like a fourth grader in that scene. Like the striped shirt, the jean shorts, and the backwards hat.
Hey, that was the style back in 2000.
Yeah, for a fourth grader.
I don't know. I was barely sentient back then. You should remember what the style was.
God, this movie's. Hey, you know, we picked a good time to do this. This is the 25th anniversary.
The 25th anniversary, there's a new one coming out.
Yeah.
Good timing. No, literally, what are you doing? That's not sus at all. Where even is he? The last we saw him, he just ran off after the house exploded. Yeah, well. Yeah. Robert, I pointed that out when I saw it in the credits. So pretty cool. The score's not bad so far. Pretty cool.
Yeah. It has a nice mix of I think composed music and then just like songs.
Soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Needle
So let me
drops.
tell you how that threw me off as a kid, because as a kid, I wanted the Spider-Man soundtrack with like the actual like songs,
Yes.
but I got the score, which is just like the orchestra score, and I was like, oh,
You're like,
okay.
ah, that's instrumental music. Get that out of here.
At the time, yeah.
No, I was like
I
that too when I was a
I
kid.
still don't I still don't listen to like movie scores that often, but I can appreciate a good instrumental now.
There's a few that I will put on, um, and I can just listen to on its own. But for the most part, I don't just listen to them on their own.
The big thing I listen to, so I listen to some of Trent Reznor scores because I like, that
Yes.
Nine Inch Nail sound. But
Yeah.
I listen to the Doom soundtrack more than any other soundtrack, just because the Doom soundtrack is so fucking good.
Yeah. And I mean, it's metal too. Like that's already like up your alley, and that's in your like music taste.
Robert says her final film scores before she died were Final Destination 3 and the 2006 Black Christmas.
Weird. I didn't know that she did that too.
I didn't know she did Black Christmas. I can't wait
I
to show you that movie.
I People
That
say it's
movie's
bad, but
that
whatever.
movie's so gross that I can't help but respect it. It is a bad remake, but I appreciate, especially in the mid 2000s, just how like sleazy and gross it is.
I have to see when I watch it. But so far with this, like this would not be a score that I put on just to listen to,
Yeah.
but it's serving the movie well.
Draven, remember the days when new metal dominated superhero movie soundtracks? Yes.
I mean, I know of those days, but it's not like I was watching a lot of superhero movies back then.
Well, the funniest one isn't a superhero movie, but Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack is also very new metal.
But I'm just specifically thinking of like Daredevil.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess if you're just saying superhero movies, not really. Like Daredevil had like Evanescence, but most
Yeah,
superhero movies at the time were orchestra driven. Like you had the two Spider, like
yeah.
the only one I can
But the
think of is
Spider-Man
like
soundtrack,
Blade.
those aren't. those weren't really new metal songs in there.
No, like, because the closest I can think of is just the first two Spider-Mans having rock bands do songs for their soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like, Blade Trinity, I guess,
And
has some of that. He's freaking out. Robert Batman Begins had Nickelback. Come on, guys.
that's true, Robert. Batman
That's
Begins had everybody's favorite
that's
new metal artist, Nickelback.
that's not a. It's not even in the movie. Shut up.
It's in the teaser. Then the only other one I can think of is like The Matrix having Rage Against the Machine, but like that's not really new metal and that's not really a superhero movie, so
It has more than Rage. Rob, I think it's got like Rob Zombie. It had new metal, and I think Rage Against the Machine is close enough because it's mixing that metal with a rap style.
yeah.
So
Jaden
this
says the
guy's
two
lost it.
Punisher movies.
Oh, true, because Warzone has Slipknot. I don't know what O4 has.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's losing. He's freaking out.
What the hell is he doing? Let's just talk about this, okay? You don't have to go crazy with the car.
Oh,
Oh,
apparently Bloodline is gonna explore Tony Todd's character's like backstory.
oh.
That could be either really good or really bad.
Yeah, don't you think they could confirm the fan theory?
Think there's a possibility. I trust them more than I do like Scream 7 because I think Scream 7 is going to be
Oh,
every fan theory that you've ever heard.
yeah. That movie is not going to be good. And I liked Scream 6.
The most insufferable movie ever made.
Alright, what's the twist gonna be here? He's actually gonna get hit by this train.
Draven says he thinks Thomas Jane Punisher had Drowning Pool. Maybe. Oh, Jason X has Drowning Pool because there's that famous trailer that's cut to bodies. Which honestly isn't a bad choice for.
But is that just in the trailer or is it in the movie too?
I think that is in the movie.
I don't remember.
That's the first place I heard bodies though. Okay, here it comes.
Oh shit. How the fuck did he survive that?
Well, they pulled him out in time.
Yeah, but that was like the train was right about to hit him as soon as they pulled away. They just barely made it by the skin of their teeth. No fuck. Jesus. I had a feeling something was gonna happen to Sean William Scott.
You can tell when they're making the big speech that something is gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, but he's not. They went out of order.
He's starting to crack. What I do like about this movie more than any of them is just the toll this takes on the protagonist.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, this is not just the fucked up situation. Like that, you're going up against death, and death has no person. You know, it's just a concept. So this is serious shit.
This is some serious shit.
You're gonna see some serious shit. But it's like, like we were talking about earlier, it goes back to how do you even win this? Like, what do you do? This is a losing battle.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to see how this movie ends.
I love that he's living like a crazy hermit guy. Robert, I prefer the kills in this series that look entirely like freak accidents, the more overtly supernatural ones where death is physically moving or unscrewing. Something I find a little less interesting. And see, for me, I like all of them just because I like seeing the elaborate like set pieces. I don't care how overtly supernatural it is. Just like how creative can you be with it?
I think it does go a little too far when you show the water moving back.
That is
I
really
didn't need
funny.
that.
Like
I didn't need that.
no, that's where you make a cut, right?
Yeah, I'm with Robert though. I
Is
prefer
he
it to be
eating
more
cat
just like
food?
believable. He's eating something.
Ugh.
Certainly looks like cat food. Um, I think he's in a pretty good mental state. What do you think?
Hey, he can't die if there's nothing to kill him with.
I don't think this battle with death has taken any toll on his psyche. He's doing all right. Yeah, but to me, it's much more effective when. Oh shit!
No, I like stuff like
What?
this where it's just like a chain reaction of things. The
Right.
wind blew the door open, the door knocked the fishbowl over.
When it's like a conceivable way that someone can die. There's something lost when you bring in the overtly supernatural element. But yeah, this
Who are you
Devon Sawa
talking to?
guy's he's going crazy. No, he's great in this movie. Yeah, because this is a standout from the usual like post Scream kind of movie.
Yeah, it's not self-aware enough to just be thrown in as a post-Scream movie.
Yeah, there's that, and like I don't know, like it's just so different from that.
Yeah. Well, it helps that it's not a comedy. Nothing is played for laughs. Like this is a serious situation.
You also don't see any character in Scream or any of its like imitators at the time go as insane as the characters in this are going. Like, you don't really quite see the conflict in those movies take as much of a mental toll as it's taking on Devon Sawa here.
Robert says one of the charms of the series is various ways characters try to cheat death, but the rules aren't always consistent in the sequels. Yeah.
They break the rules a lot.
See, Robert says the sequels are more comedic. I never had that, especially at least with the first three. More over the top, but it's never like, isn't this funny?
I hope the new one's a screwball comedy. Oh shit. We found your shack. Finally.
Don't worry, I've got a boat.
Don't paddle out too far. Jason's gonna pop up.
Oh my god.
Oh no, don't kill the dog. I'm gonna be so mad.
Robert says the fourth one is the most comedic. Yeah, that one sucks.
Uh-oh.
That is also I think the start. At least it's the one that sticks out in my brain as we've moved to CGI because it's much easier to make these elaborate death scenes with shitty CG.
Oh, ew.
Yeah. The big opening death scene is at a racetrack, and the tires that bounce around are all CGI, and it's really noticeable.
That's unfortunate. How big do those movies get? Like,
Uh, in terms of like
with
set
having to use,
pieces,
in terms of, yeah, in terms of set pieces and like the scale of them. Oh shit.
five has a big bridge set piece that's insane.
Okay, I think I've seen the trailers for that one because I kind of remember
That's
when that was
that's
coming
the
out.
biggest one. The
Yeah,
first
I
three
vaguely
are
remember
more.
seeing something with a bridge.
You've probably also seen three is the one everybody talks about with the tanning beds.
Ooh. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that one's hard to watch. Not because it's bad, just like ouch.
Ouch.
So I like this movie. This is where it kind of falls apart a little bit for me. Like, can
Oh
we
no.
can we start moving along?
They keep teasing someone getting electrocuted in water, and it never happens. I'm not upset about it or anything. It's just very confusing because it's so specific.
Hey Noah, you know what they need right about now?
But don't say it.
Uh, hide. They go up high and hide.
Don't reference that boring movie in my presence.
This is how it starts. Ooh, and then there's screaming and running.
Later, there's electrocution and water.
Robert, the third act of this was heavily changed after it didn't test well. I'm fine with how it turned out, but having seen the deleted scenes, I personally would prefer the original vision. Oh, I haven't seen. I didn't know that. Interesting. I do wonder, because yeah, I think I don't know. This isn't as tense or thrilling as that I think they think it is.
I mean, it's all right. He's not doing too good. Oh no, another house is gonna explode.
Do you think this is too big for this
For this
movie?
movie,
Yeah.
um, I'm fine with it. Uh, it's the third act too. I think with all of these kinds of movies, we kind of need to get real big at the end.
Uh-huh.
So it's fine.
I think part of it is it looks like it feels like I'm watching a strobe light.
Can you see
Robert
anything right
says it
now?
would be nice to see an official alternate cut release with the original version they shot. Yeah, these don't get a lot of re-releases. I'm sure there's a Blu-ray out there somewhere, but I'm shocked they haven't announced a 4K at least for the first one, considering there's a new one coming out and it's the 25th anniversary.
But don't go near the electricity, dude.
Robert, with most Final
Whoop.
Destination, the first half is typically the strongest part of the movie. I agree with that.
Oh, so these movies never really stick the landing.
I think it's more so because the charm is, the set pieces, the deaths. How do you kind of
Yeah.
wind that down? I think that's why three is my favorite. Is I don't think it falls apart in the third act.
Hmm. You say that's the most consistently good one.
I think so.
Okay.
It might also be my bias because that's the first one I saw, but and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, if you can believe it, is a good actress.
Oh, she's great. I love her.
Yeah, she's the Vision person in that one.
She's one of the best parts of Birds of Prey.
Yeah,
That
she'd be
movie
a
you
great
love.
huntress in a better movie.
Yeah.
Robert, five definitely has the strongest ending, but three is also really. Oh yeah, no, five has an amazing ending, but I can't tell you because it's like whoa.
Okay. Oh no.
So it because all of the movies do this, I believe. No, two does a different thing, but the idea is cheating death is almost dying but being resuscitated. So you kind of did what death wanted, but then came back to life to break the design.
Okay.
The problem is we gotta have the horror movie ending.
Okay.
Did you think we were back at the beginning of the movie for a second?
Not really. Remember airplanes? Remember Perry? Perry?
I mean, to be fair though, if it was them, I would not get on an airplane. I don't care.
I think you'd be afraid to fly for the rest of your life after that
Yeah,
experience.
yeah. Robert just said, "Don't spoil five for Noah. Don't tell me what to do." Just because of that, I'm gonna tell him exactly what happens after we get off stream.
No. I'm muting you.
Oh.
So I'm still not convinced that that would fix everything if you cheat death again. Because that's just like, I don't know, that's the same problem. But did you? See, well, now I'm expecting something to happen.
So this is totally on a green screen, right? Maybe not.
Well, let me look closer.
When it was focused on the one dude and it was just like a background, it kind of looked like a green screen.
Maybe just his shots for. Actually, even in this shot, yeah. No, I can kind of see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe this was shot later. I don't know. They couldn't go to Paris. Or they needed some insert shots for that one guy.
This is such a weird trio to have at the end of this movie.
Yeah, these guys were so close.
Robert says this is all reshoots, so maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
Oh no, the spooky wind is back.
Oh, the spooky wind. Scare me. Alright, but what if. What? Whoa. What is it with this movie and buses? Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's not good. Uh, that's the end.
Yep.
Well,
But see what I mean is like I don't know what to do with that. Does that mean that they didn't beat the design, or is that just there because that's the horror
yeah,
ending?
it means that they can't get away with cheating death. Yeah, that's what I take it to mean. I
Okay.
think that this was too big of a threat to go up against, and yeah, they just weren't able to defeat it.
Okay.
So I can see where you're coming from though, because it is a little. It does feel a little bit clunky.
Uh.
Robert says
Well.
that the twist is actually just the wind and gravity are pure evil in this
This
universe. I agree.
Yeah. Well, Noah, how was your first viewing of Final Destination from 2000?
I enjoyed it. It's an interesting little time capsule, but fun to see how this franchise is coming back this year. I definitely see why this took off just from watching this first one, because it's a great idea for a franchise, and yeah, and I think this one is pretty well executed too. And I don't have a whole lot of like big criticisms with it. I think it's really solid.
It's kind of hard to criticize because yeah, like the plot is dumb, but it's also not trying hard to be like a brilliant piece of cinema.
No, I think it's good enough for what it is. I am curious though to see how like they one up themselves with all the crazy stuff in the sequels. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I may watch at least 2 and 3 soon.
Hell yeah. All right, well that has been our commentary on the Final Destination 1. Thank you guys for hanging out. Noah, thanks for agreeing on double duty tonight. It was fun. We will be
Oh
back
yeah, yeah,
Sunday with more Alan Wake. And then this
yeah.
Thursday, Noah, Robert and I will continue playing Days Gone. And then Friday, we will tackle the Fog double feature. Robert
Oh
says
boy.
Devon Sawa didn't return for the second one because he was dealing with personal issues and needed a break from Hollywood. Oh, okay. So I will tell you the big connection is Clear comes back in two. That's how it's a
Okay,
direct sequel.
that it's her. I kind of assumed it would be Devon Sawa again, but
Yeah.
he didn't return.
Well, have a good night, everybody, and we will see you Sunday.